Hey everyone, how are you? My name is Vanessa Codorniu, your friendly neighborhood psychic, hypnotherapist, intuitive coach. There's many more things. I'm also a priestess and I studied shamanism, but we won't get into all that. I wanted to talk today a little bit more about connecting to our animal spirits. Now, what I have around my neck is an owl, and recently a couple of people have asked me about owls. And I know owls are really trendy right now because we see them in the stores and they're on t-shirts and there's tons of owls to buy. And I discovered my owl quite a long time ago. So about 26 years ago. Well, actually, before I talk about that, I want to talk about animal spirits. Now, a lot of cultures around the world, we find that, especially the earlier cultures, the older cultures, they believed in animism, meaning that there was energy, wisdom, spirit in trees, on the earth, in the animals, and everything. And so, excuse me. And so this belief, which extended everywhere, it was in Europe, it was in Latin America, North America, in Africa, it was really almost practically everywhere. Now, I'm not an anthropologist that can assure that, but I know that it has definitely been in Africa, definitely been in Latin America, North America, definitely been in Siberia, when we're talking about areas of Mongolia, Celtic areas, areas of Wales, and areas of Ireland. And so the belief in animal spirits is not, hey Susie, how are you? And so the belief in animal spirits is not just indigenous people, native people. It's not just African people. In Europe, we had the earlier beliefs as well of animism and the belief in animal spirits guiding us. So I know there's a lot of information out there about appropriation, and I think that it's true that many folks have swooped in and taken over and then shared it in that way. But I want to talk about right now more that spirit animals or energy of animals that guide us are really part of almost everyone's culture. We may not know about it now. Hey Stacy, how are you? We may not know about it now. We're talking about animal spirits and how it was prevalent in Africa, in North and Latin America, and South America. It was in Siberia, Mongolia, in Europe. And so animal spirits are there for every one of us. Now, for me, the owl's been a big thing. And when I started going into shamanic journeying and studying that, I came to find out that it's actually not my main animal, but it's been in my life for a long time. I've been gifted owls. I have so many owls, I don't know what to do, but love them. And I want to talk a little bit about owls. I want to talk a little bit about how you notice when a spirit animal or an animal spirit or animal guidance is coming into your life. And also to remind us that it is something that is multicultural. So you could be Russian and still have a spirit animal, Siberia. You could be German and still have a spirit animal or an animal spirit that guides you. In fact, there were clans all over Europe that were like the bear clan, right? Or the tiger clan. Well, actually not tiger there, but the bear clan or the crow clan. And then in Latin America, we have also tribes that had gods that were part animal. We look back to Egypt, right? And we see, the cat-headed goddess. We see the dog-headed god. And so we see that around the world, there is a lot of information. Now, when we look at our own lives, even beyond going into shamanic journeying or anything like that, just noticing, is there an animal that keeps showing up? Squirrels always showed up when I was a little kid. And as I got older, I realized, well, I tend to squirrel away information. I tend to read from here and read from there and do this training and do that training. And then I turn around, hey, Susie, happy Wednesday. And then I deliver it or shape it into something new or share it with a class or share it with people. And as a little kid, I was squirreling away information in my cheeks, I guess, because they're still there. But it's, is it an animal that's coming through you? Is it an animal that you are called to? The cat has its connection to the lynx, which is an animal that invites us. The spirit invites us to keep secrets, to look in the dark. Cats are nocturnal animals. Is it a dog? Known for its loyalty, known for its kindness, known for traveling in herds and also working really well in general. Some of them are herd keepers, some of them are loners. So there's different types of dogs, different types of cats. But what type of bird is, or bird or horse? I know that there are vultures that are living, actually vultures and crows that live near me. And I'm like, wow. How incredible. And I'm going through such a time of healing. So they're speaking to me in many different ways. Now, when we talk about our spirit animal or spirit guides, or we talk about animal spirits that guide us, right? They could be animals that have been passed down from generation to generation, consciously or unconsciously. They could be animals that traveled with us through past lives. They could be animals that are so a part of our spirit that they're still with us. Like I found out owl is not my main, and yet it's such an important animal spirit for me. So one, pay attention and look around. Does your family have a particular spirit animal or an animal that they even own? Is it dogs? Is it cats? Is it fish? Is it birds? Two, notice which ones are coming and going into your life. Like I know, Susie, you've got the crickets, right? And then they're telling you and singing to you a story of change and transformation. Is it butterflies? What animal has been in your life throughout, from the beginning of time? Which one is coming to your life recently? Depends on when they've come in, when they leave, and some of them stay for life. I can share that with the owl. A lot of people are afraid of owl medicine, and owl medicine includes being able to see through the dark. It is one of the most incredible hunters. I mean, we see them as these cute little, furry little baby owlets, but truth is that they're incredible hunters. And when they aim on something and really focus on something, they'll go and they'll hear it and see it through the dark, and they usually are able to nab it like this. Incredibly sharp claws. They can, I think, slice through humans and animals with just their claws. So they're incredibly powerful. They can seem really, and they tend to be able to look around, swivel their necks and look around. So it is about vision. It's about seeing through the dark. It is about being able to discern when we're hearing truth, when we're seeing truth. What happens with a lot of us seers and spiritual folks is that we want to see the good in people. So we look at someone, we see their light, and we're like, no, the shadow doesn't exist. They just had a bad childhood. I'm going to help them. But the owl medicine is going to be like, no, look at truth. Honor the truth, know what is, and know that this person has their own agenda and maybe have something else going on beneath the surface. So the owl is going to be really tough on you if you have owl medicine, because it is the seer. It's the energy of the seer, but it's also hardcore hunter, right? So these are just some of the things. So one, notice if they're coming and going. Two, take a moment, sit down, meditate. You don't need to go out and buy stuff that has to do with the animal, but you could sit down, close your eyes. And when you drop in and really feel your body, feel your connection, you can ask yourself, all right, is this my animal that's guiding me in this life? Is this an animal guide that's coming in just for a little brief while? And what do I need to learn? What are you trying to invite me into? Brief story is that I was going to an interview, and my owl takes charge a lot. My owl sees things and it's like, boom, and then just wants to take charge because it sees the truth. So I was going into a meeting, and when I was going into this meeting, I was really confused. I didn't know quite how to proceed in this meeting. I was afraid to come on too strong, and I also have the horse, or just be like galloping and, at a quick pace and then lose people. I was like, what way can I walk into this meeting and then really be received and seen and be able to support this company? And I literally did a shamanic journey. I laid down, I had the music, I traveled, and what I saw was a fox, and the fox was laughing and dancing and jumping around, and then it unzipped himself, and out came me, and then I was laughing and jumping around, and then I unzipped myself, and out came the fox. And so what I realized is, when I Googled fox, was that the fox sometimes jumps around to get its prey, and that's why I say crazy like a fox. The thing is, it can look crazy, but deep down it knows what it's doing. It's trapping its prey. So I realized that the best outcome for this meeting was to go in there and be a little silly, be jokey, not be so serious or hardcore or action motivated like my horse is. And so I went in there that way, and the meeting went really well. And so we can have this type of guidance from the animal world. Now, there's a really amazing animal deck called Animal Medicine cards, which I got like 20 some odd years ago. I still have them. They're amazing. You could use those cards. You could just meditate with your animal every day. And if you're interested, you can even go and do a shamanic journey and then travel and see. Ooh, my lipstick. Travel and see which one is with you now. Now, again, the animals that come and go or that you think are yours because they've been with you all your life, like my owl, like my horse, and even that fox that stepped in, are not necessarily like who your power main spirit animal is. As I went through time and I worked with shamans, it was really incredible that they told me of the animal that is really my power animal, but it kind of stays hidden. He only comes out boom, to get the prey. Otherwise, he's chilling. And I was like, oh my God, but I don't really chill a lot. But what they told me is that, Vanessa, you don't stress yourself out. You're very focused. And when you have to go in and do a launch or share work or do what you have to do, you do it. And so it wasn't the first time I heard it. Many shamans tell me about that animal. So your main animal could be hidden from you for now. The thing is, it's not so important about whether it's the main, whether it's a visiting animal, it could be a visiting teacher. The important thing is to take time to meditate, to notice, to drop in and ask ourselves, what do I need to know about this animal medicine? What are you trying to guide me in? What are you trying to share with me? And then thank them, thank the animal world. So I just wanted to share about this. And not only did this owl come to me when I was 22 or 23, right after, it was after a dramatic experience where I was attacked. And I was so upset, I crawled into my bathroom, played some shamanic journeying music, and I had never done it before. And I did journey, and the owl was right there in my bathroom talking to me. And then he kept showing up. Now, when I do shamanic journeys, I have people travel for each other. And when I've done that and people have traveled for me without me talking about the owl, they've told me about my owl. And so this is a very real thing, and honoring their magic and honoring how it is, that it's coming up for you in your life in this moment can make tremendous changes. So sending you all so much up. Just wanted to drop in, talk about owls and talk about your animal spirits and how it's really from so many cultures around the world. And I mean, we can call it our animal guides or animal spirits. We can call animal wisdom. Having respect for the cultures who maybe call it a totem animal, maybe not using those words, but using, animal spirit or the animal that spoke to me or the wisdom from nature that is speaking to me. Sending you all so much love and can't wait to see you, Stacy, at the retreat, and Susie, can't wait to see you in the Mexico one. Sending love. Bye. Oops.